Another, what I thought was a really important question that was asked in my tour was by a young man who had a hard time reading Quran. He said, you know, I keep trying to read Quran and I don't read it that well. And this young man had a very sensitive personality. And one time he was listening to the radio, somewhere in Pakistan or something, and he was listening to children recite Quran, right? And this young boy recited so beautifully, and the teacher said, Subhanallah, you have a really pure nafs, you have a really pure soul, you're a really pure person, and that's why Allah gave you the ability to recite the Quran so easily. And this young man heard this and got really disturbed because he felt, maybe I can't recite Quran because I don't have a good person, I'm not a good person, there's something missing in my soul, you know. And he really, really took it to heart. Now I'm sure that's not the intention of the teacher who was talking to the child, it was a means of encouragement. But let's understand, Al-Mahir bil-Quran مع السفر الكرام البررة والذي يقرأ القرآن وهو يتتعتع فيه وهو عليه شاق وله أجران. Rasulullah told us the experts in the Quran are among the highest ranked angels, but the ones who stumble in it, keep stuttering, they can't pronounce words properly, they can't read properly, and they find it very difficult every time. These are people that get twice the reward. There are people who get twice the reward. Now the sharh of that hadith, there's a different discussion. Is it twice the reward of a regular person, or is it twice the reward of the expert? And I'm personally inclined to think it's twice the reward of the expert. There's no reason to think otherwise. Because Allah does not value accomplishment. Allah values effort. The thing that Allah values is effort. We value accomplishment. Human beings are different from Allah. Human beings value accomplishment. Human beings value results, profit, gain. You know, how much do you know? How much have you memorized? How well can you read? Quantitative stuff. Because we want to be able to see it. Allah Azza wa Jalla is not concerned with any of these things. Allah is concerned with how much effort did you make. Put this in perspective. Somebody's a billionaire. They give $1,000 in charity. It's a good amount of money. That's worth something. But you know what? Somebody has zero. They have nothing. And they give 50 cents. They only have $1 and they give 50 cents. That 50 cents is worth more to Allah than the $1,000 the billionaire gave. It's not about the quantity to Allah, it is about the quality. The same thing with the effort. You can't recite Quran, you're not a bad person. The fact that you're trying to recite the Quran, the fact that you're struggling through every single letter and going through it, that struggle Allah put you in. Had Allah wanted, He could have made it easier for you. Had Allah wanted, Musa alayhi salam would not have a stutter. Had Allah wanted, Fir'aun would never had a reason to say, وَلَا يَكَادُ يُبِينَ. He can't even talk clearly almost. People have disabilities or challenges or difficulties in life. Some people have a physical disability. Some people have, a psychological disability, a challenge in their lives. These challenges are actually given by Allah Azza wa Jal, and we don't know why. We know that that's not because Allah cursed them or they are lesser than us. Maybe that's the reason they're better than us. Maybe that those disabilities are actually maybe the reason they are far superior to what we will ever be, So we have to be mindful of the fact that our standards, thank Allah, our standards are not the same as Allah's standards. People put other people down. People look down on people that haven't accomplished. I keep telling my Arabic students, because Arabic class you judge by accomplishment, right? How do you score on the test? How well can you speak? How well can you read? How much do you understand grammar? I had this one student, man, this guy. You know what I like to say about him? I like to say Allah didn't create him for Arabic. That's what I like to say. Guy's a genius. He's so smart in his profession. He's so smart at work. He's so smart and anything he touches turns to gold. Guy's a genius. When it came to Arabic, homeboy could not get past a 30 on a test. Just couldn't do it. And this guy, he literally studied more than any other student I've ever met. More than any other student. Hours and hours, day after day, day after day. And he's failing the test, and anybody else who fails the test gets depressed, they don't study for a few days. This guy goes through all of his mistakes, does review, and he was a friend of mine even before he became my student. And every other time I'd be call him hey, you want to hang out? No, I got to study. I'm his teacher during the day. At night I just want to hang out with him, and he goes, no, I got to study. And you know what? Even though he didn't score nearly as much as some other students who got hundreds, I respect him way more. And I know Allah Azza wa Jalla rewards him way more. Because for some people, it's the struggle. That's the thing. That effort, that difficulty is what Allah values. And sometimes Allah puts you in difficulty because that's how He raises your ranks. That's how He puts you high, So don't let the assumptions that people make about you or comparing yourself to others and what little you know or what little you can do, don't let that belittle what Allah thinks of you, This is the real value. You know, inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. The most noble of you are the ones that have the most taqwa. Taqwa will never be known by another person. It'll just never be known. So I pray that we're not judgmental of others, and especially we are not judgmental of ourselves, that we don't think of ourselves constantly in respect to others, in comparison to others. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.